In this session, we are going to be discussing with an amazing artist from Zimbabwe, where he is going to be sharing his YouTube journey and his profession in art. I have had a privilege to meet Anesu in person when we had a Zimbabwe YouTubers meetup, and we had a brief discussion about his vision, his work, and a lot that he is actually working on. I would like to welcome you, Anesu, to the conversation.
Alright. Hello, hi. How are you, Mr. Kuda?
I'm doing
Good to
great,
see you
thank you.
again.
Amazing. I was on a YouTube channel and I saw the art that you do. It's an amazing piece of work. And can you please tell us a little bit about you and your background within the art industry?
Alright. I'm Anesu and 24-year-old Zimbabwean charcoal artist. I specialize mostly in wildlife and human portraits, actually. And I draw animals because they symbolizes deeply to us Zimbabweans as totems, even as identity. So it's like a way to express our identities through animals. So I thought of using YouTube is to show global audience our culture and our talent as Zimbabwean artists.
Oh, amazing. So can you please explain the meaning of charcoal art? When you say charcoal art, what do you mean?
When I say charcoal art, I use pencils which are called charcoals. They are not necessarily the charcoals we use to cook, and they are like special charcoal pencils which are used to transfer the pigment from pencil to paper so I can create nice images. It's a medium which I use, which is
Okay.
called charcoal.
Oh, I see. So now,
Yes.
in terms of your art, what drove you to create a YouTube channel in Zimbabwe in relation with your art?
What drove me actually in my whole career of art, I've been taught by YouTube. YouTube has been my tutor for a long time. So I just thought of like, so if I've been taught by YouTube, let me just taught someone else. Like, let me pass the knowledge as I got it from YouTube. So that drove me, and then I was like, well, at first I thought it was just possible for the high creators and so-called successful artists, but I just thought like I could share with whatever I have, just recording with my phone, doing what I can. That is what drove me to go to YouTube. And the meetup, the meetup gave the Zim YouTube meetup gave me light to YouTube because I had a different perspective on YouTube. I didn't know. I just thought YouTube was that something which need professionals, which which just need proper those professional things to start on. And while you gave us an idea, you can just start with what you have and just grow as you go, and you can gain your audience. That's what made me because
Amazing.
I had abandoned it for years.
Oh yeah. So it's definitely a great place to showcase your talent that you have. So I'm gonna talk about the industry of art in Zimbabwe. I've been to so many countries throughout my travel, and I would say Zimbabwe is one of the countries that has the art industry not in dominance. It's not really popular in terms of someone getting into art and climbing the ladder. There's a few individuals that probably has got made it in art, but if you look at them, most of them they have managed to climb up the ladder to connect internationally. What sort of struggles do you face as an artist in Zimbabwe?
In Zimbabwe, as you said, that Zimbabwean art industry not recognized as well as the other countries. So the struggles we get is people to appreciate what we do and even charging because people don't understand. They just thought it's just something paper and pencil, and I struggle mostly to to engage with local audience when I try to tell them and justify, when I try to tell them why I charge like that and why I drew this, both they'll be like, it's just an animal. I can just get a picture of it. That's their mindset towards it. But when it's a totally different aspect when it comes to art and what I do. And the other challenges we face as Zimbabweans is the, how do you call it, the restrictions to other applications, like TikTok monetization, Facebook monetization, and other, yeah, that's the other things we face because we can't monetize our channels due to our country's restrictions. And getting broader audience is as well as hard as it.
I see. So now let's talk about the challenges in terms of people not appreciating the art. Is it not that you're talking to the wrong audience and you have the internet at your disposal that you can use to speak to the right kind of people? If I can say, are there local activities or events that happens within the art industry that you attend as well in Zimbabwe?
Yes, there's one. There's this gallery which is called Art 884. It is launched recently, like just as 2 years, and it has a platform to nurture upcoming artists. It's different to as our local art gallery because it doesn't have like those, what do you call it, like those restrictions that we only need contemporary art only. Because here in Zimbabwe, they do not appreciate, even in galleries, they do not appreciate realism, which I do, like to good drawing something which is good as picture. They just reveal it as pictures. But there's this gallery Art 884. It just takes every art and advertise it for everyone, which
Okay.
is the, yeah.
Okay, so you as an artist who is in Zimbabwe now, and you have those kind of challenges, your goal to create a YouTube channel, what are you hoping to achieve?
I'm hoping to achieve a global audience. So my voice can be heard loud and clear and get my right audience, people who resonate with me and who appreciate art.
Oh,
Because
amazing.
I believe, yeah, I believe globally in America, South Africa, and other outside countries appreciate art different than we do in Zimbabwe.
Okay,
So
so
using YouTube
okay,
is
so
going to
is
be
there
my voice.
are there no international platforms like forums, communities that artists belong to within those regions that you can get to um, in terms of your community. A very good example, they could be artists in South Africa where they have a Facebook group or any application that brings you guys together. Do you participate in that outside Zimbabwe?
The only group we have got is still it's in Africa. Yeah, there's this artist group which is mixed with different artists from different continents, but mostly it's filled with African artists.
Okay. So in terms
Yeah.
of money, let's talk about money from your art and money from YouTube in general. If we talk about those two things, what ways do you use to make money from your art currently now? It may not be a significant amount of money, it can be small, but when you say you got paid from art, what would have happened?
What would have happened? It is if if I show if I post a video right
Yes.
on my YouTube and then I'll add a little description saying it's up for purchase and then I write my email address at the bottom in the caption so someone can reach out. So that's
Also,
how I get
so
payment.
if you've been getting those people who see your YouTube channel in Zimbabwe for art, as you draw your art and then they reach out to give you something to draw on or to purchase your products.
Yes,
Okay. That's amazing. So I've seen your YouTube channel. You have actually been posting YouTube shorts and not YouTube long form videos. And is there any reason to that?
yes, there's a reason. Like I've realized YouTube long form takes time to load and they take much space. They take much space to load in time. So compared to YouTube Shorts can be can be posted quickly. And since I'm just starting my channel, I just thought if I could do more shorts and grow my audience, and then later on, when I
Mhm.
have an audience which are interested in what I do, and then I start do long form content.
Yeah,
So at the moment,
which is amazing. So when it comes to YouTube, I understand you came to the Zimbabwe meetup session for YouTubers. Let's talk about other YouTubers that are in your art industry who also use uh, pen and pencil and paper to draw. Do they utilize platforms like YouTube to grow their talent?
not really. I've seen one who was doing it back then, like, but he abandoned his YouTube like 4 years ago. But his art was good, and I was seeing it as like if this person could keep doing what he's doing, his information was so rich. Maybe by now he could have been in tens of thousands of subscribers. But I don't think Zimbabweans have shed light more on how YouTube can benefit artists and how can they monetize on the platform. Because most of the artists rely on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Facebook, it's something which is out of long reach. Is I think the same mindset which I had, which are like YouTube is for people who are outside, and I don't think most of the Zimbabweans know that you can monetize your channel in Zimbabwe and get paid.
Oh, amazing. So now, is there other things that you do outside art? I understand looking at your project and with the challenges that the local people in Zimbabwe, they don't really appreciate art. So how do you sustain yourself? In fact, how do you earn a living throughout the month or day to day? Do you just rely on art or you've got some other things that you do besides art?
Uh, yes, I just want to rely on art.
You just only rely on art.
Yes.
That's amazing. So that means you are so much passionate about what you do and the growth of your project. Now let's just look at your consistency. I understand you've just gotten started and you've got a few videos on your channel and you have a few subscribers. What are your plans in terms of publishing content? How are you planning to publish the content and how many pieces of content do you plan to publish in a week, in a month, so that you keep the audience engaged?
I plan to, when my internet is stable, when my internet is stable and I've gathered more, more content, I plan to post my content like one or two, post one or two a day,
Okay, so if
just
you're
some small short.
also if you're gonna post 1 or 2 videos per day, that means the least that you can post is 30 videos a month and then 60 videos a week, a month as well.
Yes.
Yeah, if you can do that, you'd have done an amazing job because keeping up to a consistency of 1 video a day is could be a lot of work. But if you can do that, then you should be good. But if you're because you're focusing on shorts they don't take time to create, which is something that is doable. But yeah, it's very important to say when you have a new YouTube channel and you're just getting started, it's important to have your few videos out there as fast as possible so that you train the YouTube algorithm your content pieces and things like that. Now, let us look at 5 years from now. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I'll be very well-known artist, and my all my social channels will be attracting millions of viewers.
And why do you say
So
that? What's the game
because
plan?
the game plan is like I what can I say? The game plan is I do have some projects which would definitely impact the art world in Zimbabwe, which will make Zimbabwe goes on the map for art and me as well with the projects that I'm doing because like I advocate mostly for animals, like animal conservancy and giving back to the wildlife community. So the
No.
pieces which I'm going to do, like the one which I'm doing, the one with the lion with the shiny teeth.
Oh, amazing. So now let us talk
Yeah,
about your audience so far, or the people that have bought the art from you. Okay.
yeah.
So I want you to give me a ratio, like out of 5 people, 3 people maybe are Zimbabweans, or out of 10 people, 7 people are Zimbabweans and 7 people are international people. Let's talk of a ratio. The people that contact you to say, oh, we have seen your videos or for art, or a friend referred us to you. Are these local Zimbabweans or they are foreigners, tourists or something like that?
They are mixed. The ratio I can say is 3:1, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
Three is to one,
three is to one. Yeah,
three being Zimbabweans and one being a tourist or international person.
three is being international and one being local.
Or three being international and one being local. So that means there's need for, that's a very good sign for you to focus on targeting the audience for the international audience because I think they do appreciate the art. So let us talk of collaborations. When I looked at your YouTube channel in Zimbabwe, you have your art drawn and then you put them in a picture frame. Do you make those picture frames yourself or someone else makes them for you? And that's kind of a collaboration that I've actually noticed from your YouTube channel. Do you collaborate with companies that makes the picture frames or you make them yourself?
I collaborate with the companies who makes the picture frames.
Okay. And what else, what other collaborations do you have in your industry besides the picture frames? I mean, once you make the picture frames, do you also go to companies to give them so that they can sell? What kind of other collaborations do you have?
I think that's the only one because at the moment, the other collaboration which I was looking for, which I was looking out for, but in Zimbabwe, I'm kind of maneuvering it to see how it goes. Like to collaborate with the manufacturers of the company brands of the pencils which I use. That's something which I've been working on. So whenever I draw, I can advertise for them while I get like free product or something. But it's still work in progress.
Oh, okay. That's a very good point there because at the end of the day, as you do your art, if there is ways to maximize on revenue is also good. So tell me, for someone who needs to start a YouTube channel who is talented, people who have talent like you, and they're still stuck in the idea of saying that, okay, I have a talent and I'm waiting for people to get in touch with me, and there is YouTube that they could use. What sort of advice would you give them if they are in a position like you where, okay, they have a talent, they can speak, other people cannot speak for them, and there is YouTube to use. What advice would you give?
I'll just give them just show your art because I heard like there's a lot of people watching on the internet. One
Yes.
way or another, some people who laugh at things will definitely follow. So just go there and just post and do don't be don't be like invested in numbers, like how many subscribers do I have. Just post as if as if you are as if you are that good, you are at that level. Just posting because people will see and you appreciate. If you are good enough or what, people will just appreciate. That's what I believe.
Yeah, I
And that's
love
the advice which I have.
yeah, I love the amazing positive energy that you have. So looking at the type of art that you do, did you call it charcoal art? Yes.
Yeah, it's charcoal art, but it's based in realism category.
Okay, charcoal art based in realism category. Do you have any
Yeah.
plans to venture into other different art categories besides the one that you're doing now, or probably at any point?
Yes, I do have plans to go full pastel in the color, to do full color. It's another medium which is called pastels. So I'll be
Oh,
like drawing full color, not black and white.
okay, that's amazing. And now, what inspired you to do art? You could have done quite a number of things, and I can see that you take time to draw your products. And what sort of inspiration did you get to say, okay, I need to venture into art?
The inspiration which I got, like I just loved art from primary. Like just drawing and challenging the medium, seeing how I can go, how much I can go using pencils and what I can achieve through it. Because I was like always seeing the what do you call it, the artworks on internet, which were so good. At that time, I had no equipment or so whatsoever, but like I was so inspired. Like if I could do this, I could do something. And later, I realized that if this talent which I have, I can be paid for. And I kept doing it as a business, not as a hobby. That's when I transit. So now it's more like my bread and butter, something which I look up to.
That's amazing. So, what sort of advice do you have as well to other young or upcoming artists in Zimbabwe who have we have a talent in art, but when they look at the art industry, they get so depressed in terms of the appreciation. What advice would you give?
The advice I would give them is like be good and don't look for external validation when it comes to your craft. Just love your craft that much. Like put love your craft, love your drawings as much you do. Like if it doesn't sell, you don't get bothered. You can hang it in your room or whatsoever, and just giving it. Like don't look for external validation when you are doing art. Art is more about self belief and believing in yourself more than you believe in how other people appreciate your art.
Okay. So looking at other social media platforms, there is TikTok, there is Facebook, there is LinkedIn, there is Instagram. Why did you choose to use YouTube as one of your places to post about the art that you do?
Yeah, I've seen other creators thrive well on YouTube and YouTube and gaining more more audience through doing YouTube. Like the other one, there's other channels which I was seeing around 6 years ago when I was seeing like this this channel is really helpful, and others they do give like the feedbacks on their revenues on how they are giving tutorials and how YouTube is paying them. So I just thought like it would be something which would add value to my craft and gain another source of income through showing what I love.
Oh, amazing.
And it's the only application which we have in Zimbabwe which can monetize and have more
Okay.
global reach.
Okay, so did you say that you didn't go to a formal school for your art? You were self-taught through YouTube.
Yes.
Okay, so did you learn from one YouTube channel? Did you learn from multiple YouTube channels? And the YouTube channels that you were learning from, were these channels from the local Zimbabweans or other African countries, or it was from the Western countries or Eastern countries?
There was just only one, if I remember. Yeah, it was only one channel which was African. Other ones, they were all Western.
Okay,
That was the
so
only one. Yeah.
probably that's an indication that there is need for more art content on YouTube from the African continent or the Zimbabwean region as well. That could be that indication as well, because if there is a few number like that, there's a chance that your YouTube channel can blow up in the next coming few years. So we're almost coming to the end of our session. And I always want to ask this question that, okay, is there a question that you feel like, okay, you should have asked me about this and you didn't? And or rather, you can just give advice based on artists or people with talent in terms of starting their YouTube channel.
Mm, questions which I have for you is like, yeah, like how can I, like, for you in your experience, like how did you grow a channel, like, to how did you get into that monetization process and the knowledge of getting monetization? Because at the moment I don't even know, but I just know if I grow my audience at certain stage, and then there will be something. So I don't have the knowledge more.
Okay.
And
Okay, so that's a question for me, yes?
yeah.
Okay. So there are a couple of things that really, when I looked at your channel and when I met you in person at the Zimbabwe YouTubers event, we are launching or we have a program that we are going to start a coaching program for YouTubers. And what we are looking at is to look at someone's talent and how best they can monetize their talent. So we're going to be helping people, individuals like you. The good thing is that you have already started. So what we look at is we look at what you're doing, and then we give you a bit of a structure of the things that you need to do, and then you can take it up from there. So in terms of making money, what you need to do based on the questions that you have just given me and looking at your YouTube channel. Number one, you need to focus more on the international audience. If you have got a ratio of 3 to 1, three being international clients and one being local people, push more of your work to the international audience. And where does this audience hang out at? That's what you need to ask yourself. Where do most international people hang out? That place is Victoria Falls. So what you can do is you can make a trip to Victoria Falls, distribute business cards to them at the places that they hang out, or partner with companies there and spread your art that way. And then the second thing that you need to do is to set up a website, which we're going to be covering in our mentorship class. So once you set up a website, you distribute your website as well through your YouTube and through the local international people that would have actually visited. Because what they do, if they buy your art, if you have a website, when they go back to their respective countries, they can refer friends to your website, and that's how you communicate with them. And then when it comes to YouTube, um, I've seen some of your videos. You also need to make sure that you do the drawing of the art. You record as you draw some small clips, 5 seconds as you start, 2 seconds as you're in the middle, 5 seconds at the end, and then another 5 seconds when your art is in the picture frame. So it's more like a completion, because I saw some of your videos that you were just showing the 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 picture frame only. So that can be another way. The last tip, I'm not gonna say a lot because I'm gonna save a lot for the coaching program. And at the same time, this session was for me to ask you questions and not me answering. The last part is you to get in the educational niche. So the educational niche is you educating other Africans how to do the art. So if there is no people that are teaching the art, it can be an indication that there is need for more content, and which positions you as the person who is in the early stages of doing the art. That's when you talk of the long form videos where you educate other people of doing the art. Because I know there's a lot of people that are in your shoes who need to learn art. They don't have the money, they don't have the time, they don't have the resources. But if you can put it on YouTube and having them to learn, that's good. How do you structure? We are going to help you through the coaching program, how you structure your lectures and anything in between. So yes, you can go ahead and ask me any other question again. I'll give you the best answers.
Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you. And I did have I did have a insight from what you've said. And
Okay.
now I have a content idea which I'm now seeing working on.
Yeah, definitely. We are going to be helping you. You don't have to worry about that. So we are launching the coaching program 2026, February 2026. It will be ready to be accessed, and we're going to take people through the process and hold them by the hand to say, okay, my YouTube journey has stretched for over maybe 15 years now, being on YouTube, and I've made a lot of great progress, and in the process I've made money and I've also helped other people to do the same. So we're going to help you with that. Okay.
So,
So I know that a lot of people of our audience, they want to learn about your art. Okay. And
mhm.
how can people get in touch with you, or how can they find your videos?
Yeah, they can find them through Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, under a username which is called Drawings with Anesu, or
Oh,
even on email. It's the same email, drawings with Anesu at email.com.
okay, that's okay. A lot of people are gonna go through your art because we are doing a lot of interviews with other YouTubers. So you know what, Anesu, I would like to thank you so much. This is Kuda from Kukoka. We are a community of YouTubers, and we want to invite you if you want to be part of the growing community of YouTubers where you learn how to start, grow, and monetize your YouTube channel. Around this video, you're going to find a link that will take you to our website, and you'll be able to join our community. With that said, Anesu, I want to thank you so much for your amazing time and your amazing wisdom. I can't wait to see what you can do on your YouTube channel. Yes?
Appreciate it. And me, I can't wait to see what I can do more with this channel and utilize it.
Okay, cheers.
Thank you.